Hey yo, how's it going everybody? This is Shaun here at the Tokyo Game Show. I'm the game director on 2XKO. Super pumped to be here. Thanks for having me. Oh, we're super pumped, you know. This will be the first moment where, unlike closed beta where you need a code to get in, you can just download the game, free to play, jump in, grab a friend, and check it out. Super pumped. We definitely want to give you a little depth, a little something to bite on, but I think we also want the game to be really easy to find the fun quickly. And so that's why we have, we don't have motion inputs. We have simple button inputs, like you press our special 1 and 2 and you'll see something really spectacular and fun happen. So it's easy to get in there, hit buttons, have fun. Also, we want to make it easy to learn in the sense that you can just bring a friend in and play together in duo play. Even when you lose, that's fun, especially having the banter of we finished that sick combo, that was sick. Or hey, why didn't you break for me? Why didn't you protect me there? And so it's a very unique experience and another fun way to bring somebody on. As far as fuses, the fuse system, we really created that for once you learn a champion or two and you kind of want to have your own play style or way to play the game, that's where the fuse system comes in. So for example, we have Juggernaut. You can pick, just focus on one champion. You don't have to switch out and just focus on learning that single character. That's for you. We have Sidekick is another example where some players told us, I wish I could just play a support role. I want to come in from off screen and help out occasionally, but I don't want to be the main character. So we've made that fuse for that reason. And we have a bunch of other ones that let you explore how the champs fight together in various ways. But a lot to dig into. We really want to be discoverable depth though, through just playing the game. Of course, we're looking to increase. With the 10 we have, we really want to make sure that, there's enough diversity of thematic, how they look, how they act, what they're wearing, etc. And also diversity of mechanics so that you can find the champ that you really like and start your journey there. We're definitely gonna have a lot more champs coming out. Like you mentioned, we'll have a new one in early access, so please look forward to more information soon. Can't wait for you all to try them. We also announced that in 2026, we're gonna have 5 seasons. And in each season, we're gonna have a new champion. So that's 5 new champions on our next year. So very excited for you all to see what we got cooking there. My favorite champion is Malzahar. I really like, the fact that Malzahar is the Herald of the Void, creates these voidlings, has the Malefic Vision action. It's just a very fun champion for me to play in the MOBA, and imagining how that would play in a fighting game is very interesting. But as far as upcoming champions I want to see, let me flip that on you. What champions do you want to see in the game? Which champion? Blitzcrank? Oh, let's go. So you're a Blitz main? Oh, let's go. That's sick. Oh, so for all the way, you got to hit the rocket grab. It's just too fun, right? Katarina was a champ that was showed off very, very early in development, and she was one where we just used basically her as a test bed to try out different systems and mechanics, right? And when we switched to a team game, that version of her both would not fit in the team game in the way we would want, and also really wouldn't do her justice for people that love Katarina. And so we decided, hey, we're not going to move forward with that one. So she's not in development, we're not working on her, but if the time comes that we do work on her, we want to make sure we do justice to the players that love Katarina. I'm one of those players. I love Katarina too. I mean, we're still figuring that out. I can give you some info though. I'm super impressed with the job the team's done in bringing these characters to life in ways that only a fighting game can. It's very challenging. Players that love these characters, these champions from League, sometimes there's a mechanic they might like, or sometimes there's something thematic, a thematic they might like about the champion. And how do you realize that in a fighting game is one thing, but it's not just take this character, make it one-to-one in a fighting game. We also want to elevate the fantasy, right? What are cool things that you've never seen them do before that they could definitely do when you see them do it in a way only a fighting game can deliver on? Also, some mechanics from the MOBA, they don't translate very well to a fighting game. So the MOBA has a lot of boomerang attacks to clear waves of creeps. If everybody has a bunch of boomerangs, it's really tough to deal with in a fighting game. Or the MOBA has a lot of CC, right? We don't want everybody getting stunned all over. It's not that fun, right? And so we have to be really careful in how we deliver on those. An example is Ari, where in League of Legends, she has her charm where she throws the heart at you, right? That's her ultimate in our game. That's when you activate her ultimate, she throws the heart, and if it hits, you see the cool cinematic. But that's not a base special move on her kit. So you have to get creative in where and how these things show up. Oh, it's duo play for sure. So grab a friend, play on a team together, and give it a try. For me, it was a pretty transformative experience to play duos with my coworkers, with my friends. You'll find that as you play more, you start to realize there's this synergy building up. You're trying to find like, oh, okay, I'm getting used to what my partner's doing, right? And then now all of a sudden you don't have to say anything to each other. You're like locked in, and it's like an amazing feeling that, you know, fighting games really haven't delivered in a while. And so that's one thing. The other part is, it's just fun to banter with a friend when you're playing. Like, it can make the whole experience feel really fun and good. So definitely recommend giving it a try. When we had the Riot Games 10-year anniversary and Project L was shown to the world, it was a 1v1 game then. And we play tested with players, and players, we asked them, hey, how is this game? And they said, you know, it's okay, but nobody ever wants to hear it's okay. You know, we're making a game, we want it to be exciting, you know, hugely impactful, something they're super pumped about. So, you know, we took it back to the drawing board and we thought a lot about, you know, games in general. And one of the things that always came up was, it's just so much more fun to play with a friend. And we thought, what if instead of like a side mode, we really built this game from the ground up to be competitive as well when you're playing with your friend. And so and then also the League of Legends IP and the MOBA, when champs fight together, that's really sick. It's a really cool experience, and we thought we could bring that kind of fighting together synergy into a fighting game. It could be really unique and novel. And then finally, like when we built like duo play, of course there's a problem. Like, what if you and I are doing and you can't come tomorrow night? What can I do? Do I just don't get to play the game? Do I have to find a stranger to play with, another friend? So of course we wanted to introduce solo play, where you're by yourself, you control both champions. Then from there, another problem came up where it's like, if I start duo play with you, but tomorrow I want to try solo play for the first time, if the controls are really different, it's actually hard. So we worked hard to make the controls similar across. All that started to manifest. We realized, hey, it's not just 2v2, it could be solo versus duo. It could be solo versus solo, duo versus duo. So 2, 3, 4 friends, you can all play the game and have a good time. And that's really exciting. Yeah, absolutely. I think one of Riot's strengths, and it's a reason I'm so pumped to be a part of this team and this company, is that the company really encourages all of us to talk to players. And we actually really like that. Chatting with people on social network, you know, like on socials. We're looking at like data, and we're looking at like surveys, and we're watching like people play, you know, as well. We're taking all that in, and then we don't just make a change from there and try to improve it. We communicate out our intent. You know, so we just dropped our first set of patch notes, and players had a lot of different opinions about them, and we thought it was great. We're like, cool, like, you know, hey, this intent could have been clearer, or hey, when we do patch notes, we can do it in this way. So it's just about an open communication between us and players, what we're hearing, making sure they feel heard, and that making sure that we're improving the game over time, because we want to be around forever. As we talked about roster before, we think 10's a bit small for a team game, so that's why we're going to work to get a bunch out later next month, and then also in the following years, right? But I'd say, like, first of all, we want like mechanical and thematic diversity. We want you to be able to find a main champ that you're excited to play and stick with and go on that journey with. And so those first 10, we want to be very different, and we still want to keep providing new experiences with future champs. So like, we don't want to bring someone in that's very, very similar to one that already exists, right? We want to have more and more new experiences for people. That's what really drives it. We want some diversity. We want some really cool new mechanical like things you could try. We want also like, hey, like maybe you like one champ, you're like, man, I really wish I could pair it with this other type, but they're not there yet, you know? So we're gonna bring that experience in as well. Yeah, so like our first 5 seasons that we're gonna have, each one comes with a new champ, you know? And with that, we're obviously keeping an eye on balance, right? Balance is really important in the feel of the game, and also just making sure it's bug-free and stable. That's all very challenging and important. We don't know what a good balance cadence is, right? We know that a year is probably too long, and doing it as often as League of Legends is probably way too fast for a fighting game, you know? So what we want to do is we want to listen to the players. I think early on you're going to see more balance changes because we're getting a lot of data, and you know, people are pushing really hard on the game and finding really cool new creative stuff, and also some stuff that we want to fix that maybe we didn't intend. So early on, I would expect a decent amount of balance changes, but I would expect that to start to stabilize like as we get further and further out, and that's going to be dependent on everybody's opinions. All the players telling us like, no, it's too many, it's too quick, or hey, it's getting kind of stale, I wish you could like change things up a bit. And we're going to learn together with the players. You'll have to stay tuned. You're not getting no hints out of me today. You're trying to get me in trouble out here. No, I would love to give hints. I would say like more than like those 5 champs, I would like to say look forward to our early access champ. I think you're gonna have a great time.